Hello, this is Reverend Josephb Jensen again. Okay, this is at night. I had to turn the lights off because of the glare. Um, I'm getting a little closer up too, so I can see without my glasses better. Also, I don't have to stretch and I can see myself better. Edit what I'm saying. Anyway, making a long story short. Okay, what I didn't tell you is that this 30 days, that I've only got 30 days per visa to say 30 days. So when I get there on the 22nd, I have to work fast. I know what I'm going to be doing. I'm immediately need a translator and to start making the videos with the translator. Um, as I talk, I need it translated. Loud, I need you to, Selena, whoever is translating for me, even if it's you, Warwick, or it's Timberlake. Well, Timberlake's, I don't know how, whether he speaks, he's from India. So I don't know if Timberlake is as good as I needed. I needed the Egyptian, um, if it's needed, to speak Egyptian. And, um, hopefully after 5 videos like this, first every video I make, I'm going to tell everybody in Egypt is going to has already earned a God's coin just by being you. That's what God says. Just by being there. If you go to the bank, even before it's built, and you open an account, this shows that you have really joined God's services. If you're 18 years old and older, I'm going to put a God's coin in your account because you went through the trouble to get up and go to the bank, meaning you believe in God. You believe in what I'm saying. You've actually showed up just as good as if you are on your gone to pray, or if you or went on a pilgrimage to Mecca. I mean, you have done something God has asked you to do. Now I don't know about whether God asks everybody to go to Mecca, whether it's a man-made rule or not, but you understand what I'm talking about. You took the time to believe in God. You're showing you believe in God. That Allah's here. Here. He's in you, but he's here doing your thinking. You can't think without God pushing that button or firing that synapse in your brain. And when he allows you to think, always God is the first because he pushes the button. Understand what I'm saying? You can't start the key with on the car without a key. At least most of the time, unless you're a thief. But you understand what I'm saying? Somebody has, and Allah has to push the button or fire the snaps for us to move or think. So your first thoughts are always there. When you wake up in the morning, God, Allah says, come on, let's get up. We got a lot to do. We're going to let's go. You got to get up and go to school, or you got to go to work. It's always exciting with him. He's always excited because he's rested while you sleep. And he doesn't really like to rest. Allah never likes to rest. He's an action person. He likes spontaneity. He likes adventure. He doesn't care too much about traditions, but he sees it honors him. If you have a relationship with Allah. Just one of these reasons I made this because a man approached me that was a Christian and he wanted to go back thing, and he's trying to tell me about God. And he didn't have a clue about God. Allah. Here in the United States we say God. There we say Allah. And I'll say Allah there. I say Allah here too now. I very much miss being there. But I couldn't be there without you, Selena, or anybody else. You guys are the ones that made Selena and all the people I know make the reason. And you know why? I told Selena she's at least half the reason I love her, because she has to love Allah. When I have so much love for Allah myself, it would be hard for me to be without anyone that didn't wasn't uh, involved with Allah, didn't care about Allah. Because in reality, if Selena, you come with me, it's because I want you to be there to see the adventures and everything that we go through. I took Allah up to Petra on a donkey. I was terrified and screaming. That you don't think Allah was laughing and having a ball with everybody that's in my DNA? They were having a great time watching me scream and holler. Oh my Jesus! I was praying in tongue, every step of the way. Sheila kotorbahay katarbahay. I mean, hey, I just couldn't hold myself back, and Allah's a joy to be around. He's the funniest, whatever man. He's the funniest person I've ever known. He can come up with the cutest remark in the middle of nowhere. And I'm saying it's always a good thought. I'm saying sometimes he's a mischievous God and says some funny things. It's the way Allah is. Allah is real. He is so real. And to see a God that's so polite, so refined. So this is not Allah. This is man's idea of an angel, and the angels themselves are not that way. It's just the way you look at things. Every church has an indoctrination. Indoctrination is teachings, which are basically the brainwashing of every religion to make you their robots. You're their robots. How do you think God likes to be worshipped by meaningless hearts, meaningless minds? They don't have to understand the concept of Allah. I don't understand, why am I the only one that can hear Allah? Why am I the only one that can see Allah for, just, it doesn't make no sense. It makes no sense. Everybody should be able to hear Allah all the time. Anyway, what Allah's going to have me do is go there to build that bank and find that piece of property. But I'm not going to have to find the piece of property myself. I first need to talk on the radio or do radio program and get an interpreter to say, I've got a terrific videos out on YouTube, but this is the first time it's translated. And then I want every Egyptian within this next month to come here. Give me your name. Give me your birthday. Bring your family. Or just bring the names and the birthdays of everybody in your family. And I will, we will write it down. Hopefully I have some help, because I'm not really can type. And I can't really, I'm not a guy that keeps up that kind of stuff, but I need help. I need people that hopefully, if they understand what Allah's trying to do here. Allah's trying to get you $5 million, 5 million Egyptian pounds, 5 million Egyptian pounds per person in your family. Selena, that would be you, your brother, your sister, and your mother and father. When you multiply 5 million, that's 25 million Egyptian pounds that your house is going to have. Now, what I'm telling you, with the 25 million that I give you and your family and everybody else in Egypt, I need these thumbs up on these videos. I have to go approach Elon Musk as a threat. I have to approach Jeff Bezos as a threat. Satoshi Nakamoto as a threat. Bill Gates as a threat. You know what all these people have in common? They're in America. The richest people in the world are in America. Meaning, who's going to pay for all this? America is going to be the first to start. There's not that much money left in any of the countries except for, China's next. And they would definitely be have a choice. Everybody's going to have the choice to choose Allah. Don't take the money if you don't believe in Allah. But even if you do take the money, it doesn't matter. You'll still get it, but you won't get it long. Yeah, it's like you're not going to join God's services. I'm not going to ask you to work for God's services if you're not going to become the hands and feet and mouth of Allah. Vote. And if you're going to be voting against everything that we tried, then what's the point of having you around? If people, you're going to be working beside people that in the bank will be disabled, and they'll receive more than just one God's coin a month, depending on their disability. Every disabled, handicapped child will receive on their birthday 1 to 5 God's coins. They'll be on the job with us so they have value. I'm paying everybody to be there anyway, so you don't worry about your wages. You're getting paid 1 God's coin per month added to so you don't worry about wages working by the hour. You're not working by the hour. And you're working only a 4-hour day with 2 hours of driving time and breaks expected. So 4 hours per person. But what's going to happen? I'm still going to have an 8-hour day covered by 2 people that need to be working anyway. And what are they doing? They're not sitting around doing nothing. And they're learning. Everybody there is a student on the job training, learning. When the bank has to open, there's not going to be 25 people working there. There'll be 100 people working there. And this bank has 10 parts on it. It's one of 10 parts. Actually 9. Okay, but it's 9 parts. It will be built. The first one will be built will only be 25 foot deep. I don't know how that take 1/3 of that, so that's like 8 meters deep. But it's 120 this way, so that's like 45 meters across. This is good enough size bank. But when the money comes from that one, then it's immediate. Boom, 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 boom. And I'll get those 10 sections built. It'll be a 3-story structure. So as soon as the bottom floor is just for banking, and I had to wait on the restaurant to the next floor. And with the elevators and everything already built inside it. It's perfect. It's done. Already manufactured with where the electrical's supposed to be, where everything's supposed to be, plumbing. It's all hooked up the way ahead of time. So it'll come in and just have somebody like I used to do, take a crane and pick it up and place it on top. Well, then the last floor is going to be the observation deck and the mosque. With a curtain that, you push a button or pull it around, but it's going to be where the curtains are pulled for every prayer time or not. That's up to everybody, whether they want to close off the view and be in a darker room or to leave it open and pray. That's up to you, everybody. The point of the matter is, and then you're going to eat as an employee. Employees are going to have, like I said, instead of 25 people working there, they'll have 100. Instead of 50 people working there, they'll have 200. Instead of 750 people in there, they'll have 2,500. It's all, and some of them will be handicapped. Some of them will be even ex-people that were in trouble with the law, convicts that haven't, people that didn't ever get arrested, but they were still thieves, and they say they never got caught. But when they joined God's Coin, that's the purpose of it, to change their hearts, change their minds, to bring them into a world that is not opposite, to bring them into a world. That's why God's Coin. I don't even ask get a God's Coin myself. Whatever money comes into me, whatever money I can get. Now, when I go to Elon Musk, and when I go to these people, with these rich people that would have more money than anybody in the world, God doesn't want that money sitting around anymore. He says, no, it's not going to happen that way. It's going to be that money is going to be distributed equally to each country at a time. Now, there's only 160 million people in Egypt. I say only, that's a lot of people to you. But there's 9 billion people in the world. And Elon Musk has 375 billion. Billion? You understand how many countries that will make millionaires? You see how it works? Now, understand this. Because of my ministry, and I'm paying people, I get, when every God's Coin has 20 years to lose it, or use it or lose it. It's stated for 20 years. But if you give it to your newborn child, they'll have time to spend it when they're 18. That's when and they'll never have to do that. You transfer it into the regular bank, the banks of Cairo, the banks of Egypt, so that you can use the ATMs and cards. Those banks are going to inherit. We're getting altogether 160,000 bank accounts. So the banks of Egypt will have 100. Where did they ever expect to have 160 bank accounts distributed between them, all the banks in Egypt? They never would have seen that coming. They're going to be, they won't ever have to give out loans anymore. But nobody will have to have a loan anymore. They're going to get so much money. You see, this is how God's Coin works. I happen to get a duplicate God's Coin for everyone I give out. So why wouldn't I give it out? Now, you see the respect there? They turn the loose dogs loose in the account. And then it starts going. They care nothing about this. They hate when I make these videos. Okay, but just keep on going. This is the way it works. I need the people, Egyptians, to give me the thumbs up, see my videos, give me the thumbs up, and get ready to go open a God's Coin account, whether there's a God bank built or not.
Come on.
To give
Get in there.
It's ridiculous. I can't just stop this video. They don't understand that. To stop it would mean I had to start another video and start from the beginning, and every word I say is important. I can never do this again. This is what the world happens to the world. You put up with this. No respect for Allah, no respect for the time, your time. It's distracted by dogs, by washing machines earlier. I could hear the stuff, and it wasn't that much noise for you, but I could hear it, and it was even shaking the computer. Shush. Okay, as I tell the dog, shush. They won't listen, but they had to put them here in the cage for me. Okay, now here's the point. I'm coming. I'll be there, and the people get involved means that once they decide to help Allah bring heaven on earth, that's why Allah's coming to bring heaven on earth. Why would you fight this? There's not going to be a poor person in this world, because everybody will get their share of God's coin. It'll be more money than everybody can spend. Even I get a duplicate God's coin. I have to spend it just like you do, and that's why I give you the wages I do. But what if I give you the money and you decided to draw it out the next day? Then I'd be in trouble. It wouldn't last. Allah's thought of everything. So anyway, I'm coming. I had to make this shorter. I cut it off. I thought it was going to be all right. Okay. The point of the matter is, it doesn't matter to anybody else but me. Why? Why is the world like this? It doesn't make sense to me. I just can't comprehend it. What I'm going through now is Allah's going through. And they think I'm a bad man. Like today, I cursed a man out and run him up out of the yard. But you know what he was? He was a self-righteous, meaning he was patting himself on the back for thinking he's a God-loving person when he had no idea where God was at. That's what I'm talking about. He had no idea. Oh, God's everywhere. No, God's inside you. How do you treat God every day? And he was drinking and a drunk. And he was talking about his problems. No, that doesn't work. You don't have problems if you have Allah with you. You have adventures of highs and lows. But you're always amazed. God, this is already going way on faster than what I thought. I didn't know how to get in touch with people. But now I got, when Warwick, I talked to you, and you got so enthused that you started talking just to me just like Selena, and you lost track of time and talked over an hour. And then you said you was going to see all my videos. You were filled. You know what Allah was doing. He's waking you up. You've seen the truth, and everybody will see the truth. They'll be thanking Allah for the money, thanking Allah for the gifts. They'll be buying and buying and buying and listen to and tell you how to buy. It's just a couple more rules to say. First, get the money and behave. That's not the first rule. But its first rule is going to be to spend. Right? Next, if you can have children, think about them. I'm going to pay women and give everybody, every woman, a year's maternity leave to have a child. And she'll still get her God's coin, her wages. She'll get unlimited money. I'll pick up the bills, her bills for that the free car, another house that makes a difference to me. Why would it matter? It's sharing the money to where it's supposed to have gone, just like I'm talking to you right now. Whoever's listening to this, whoever hears this is no coincidence. Allah knew before I even started talking who he's going to listen and who's going to be talking to. You wouldn't be listening to it right now as long as you are, without having turned it, unless Allah had seen it already. You're captivated. This is what I'm going to captivate everybody. When everybody sees everybody going to the bank to get 5 million Egyptian pounds, they're going to run. They're going to bring their children. They're going to run to the bank. And then that's the numbers. As I get the numbers of people that God's going, do you imagine if I had, if 160 million Egyptians come and give me their thumbs up, or even open up those accounts, Then I'll get an audience with Elon in a split second. I'll get an audience with the public TV in a split second. I'll be making the history that will make me the number one talked about person in the world. Now I'm not there. I'm not there for the attention. I'm here to get the money to distribute. And if they don't get the money, they're going to watch their own dollars go down to nothing. As I go one country at a time, the country that's supposed to be after Egypt's supposed to be Burundi, the poorest country in the world. Then it was supposed to go to the Congo, but then I forgot about the Palestine. I have to get the Palestinians at the same time I get Burundi. But the Palestinians is only 20 million people. Not even that. It's it's 10 million. Less than a million on the Gaza Strip. So they'll get 100 coins apiece on the Gaza Strip, because they've gone through more hell than I've ever even imagined. I've been to war. I've been in the service during Vietnam. I didn't see that in any action. Very little, but I was in a little bit. And then when I was in Iraq, I was in a little bit more action. And I saw a few bad things. But the point of the matter is it's all, you can't say you've been hurt or done more than anybody else, because somebody's always getting worse conditions. I have to tell you something that I'm really. I was trying to tell you something, but I'm kind of hesitant to say it. But God, Allah's hands are tied. He cannot help if He wanted to, because everything's been written in the book of life, and that's what this quantum physics is all about. Quantum engineering. If you do one thing, it affects another, and so you can't mess with the past or the future. You see what I'm saying? You can't bring back the past, and you can't change the future. Unnatural. Okay? I'm going to have to go. Okay. But this is the second part of the story, and I hope it interests you, because I do have to get, when I come there, I need an interpreter, and I do need the videos. And Selena, your brother's making, I wish you would invite me to your home and meet your brother and your sister and your mother and father, and try to talk your brother into holding the camera, and you interpret beside me what I'm saying, so that we can sell God to the Egyptians, and the Egyptians only, because we're not going to focus on any other country. That's what the whole thing's all about. But then in Egypt, because it's the headquarters, will always be in Giza, looking at the pyramids and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Eventually, there'll be 30,000 people working for me right there at the headquarters. Egyptians. I don't care whether you know how to count. You'll learn how to count. You'll learn the jobs. Everybody will learn. That's what everybody's there for. But there's too much going on now, and I have to go. You see, someday it's all going to change. I'll have these videos to look back on. Okay. I normally don't say this, but I feel like saying it, because Allah's trying to say it. God, I love y'all. You, especially Selena. But I love y'all because you guys love Allah. Good night. I don't ever get nothing done.